$54 billion. That's the reported impact tourism had on the state of Michigan last year. Those tourists keep a lot of communities financially afloat, and that's a good thing. But hosting all of those tourists, who bring a lot of money to town, also costs towns a lot of money in terms of essential services and strain on infrastructure. A Northern Michigan lawmaker has proposed a way to get a little help covering some of those costs.
After these bills were announced, we did get a good response from the hotels and lodging and the restaurant people and the local Michigan Municipal League and the MTA.
Good response for Representative John Roth doesn't necessarily have to be supportive.
We want the pushback. We want the conversation to be had.
And when he co-sponsored a series of bills in Lansing that address short-term rentals, conversations from various organizations that would be impacted were launched.
They all kind of came out and said, hold on, we want to be part of this discussion.
To discuss a 3% tax on short-term rentals if and only if they're booked through certain platforms.
Anything that uses these platforms like Airbnb, VRBO. I know some of our hotels use them when they have their down seasons to fill rooms.
And only if local voters support the fee implementation.
It's an opt-out possibility that a community doesn't have to be locked into this program.
But if they do, at least a portion of the money collected would go back to these local communities to fund the expenses of hosting tourists and the added strain they put on essential services. But part of the money could go to support the tourism industry as well, perhaps supplementing the recent budget cuts to the Pure Michigan campaign.
Pure Michigan funding has gone down. It's still out there, but it's not at the level that we used to do it. So they have concerns, and I don't blame them.
Concerns over Pure Michigan funding and some concerns about the legislation, that pushback that Representative Roth spoke of. The Michigan Hospitality and Tourism Alliance telling us, quote, these bills propose a new general government tax that does nothing to strengthen Michigan's local businesses or address tax parity, end quote. As supporters and beneficiaries of the Pure Michigan campaign, they say this isn't the way to address the shortfall. Quote, the Alliance urges state leaders to reject these bills and pursue legislation that creates equitable funding for Pure Michigan and truly maximizes the potential of Michigan's visitor economy, end quote. It's that kind of feed or pushback that Representative Ross says actually will help make this a better bill.
I think we have some more work to do. I don't believe they will pass currently in their form that they are. And I will say that's good. Let's work on this. But finally, I think we've got everybody's attention in the state to take a look at it anyway.
Again, Representative Ross says this fee would not apply to all hotel rooms or rentals, only those which book through certain platforms like Airbnb and VRBO. This proposed legislation is still very early on, and it could still go through a lot of transformations. We'll be following it and keep you posted.